guys, welcome back to the Impact Agency podcast. I've got Mr. Hall of Fame himself, Mr. Darrel Broadway. Give it up for Darrel. What's going on, brother?
Hey, doing great. I appreciate you having me, Jermaine.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
Give you some applause. I was trying to find the applause on here real quick, but appreciate you being in the office today and pouring into us and sharing, what you've done in your career, what you've experienced, and what you're continuing to do and planning to do. That's important. So just wanted to get your story out to everybody that watches our podcast. Just a little bit of your background, and then we'll kind of jump into some tips on phone script, leads, and in-home as well. So introduce yourself again to everybody.
Hey, this is Darrel Broadway. Jermaine, thank you so much for having us. We're with FFL Rocky Top out of Tennessee. Go Vols.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, awesome. And then how long have you been here with Family First Life?
We're just slightly a little over 4 years that we've been Family First Life.
Okay, good stuff, man. So, and started your career here, working really hard, and the last 2 years have made it to the Hall of Fame. And Hall of Fame here at Family First Life is when you help over 400 families get protected with life insurance on an annual basis. And so back-to-back years, I think last year is over 500 families. So definitely you've figured out the secret to consistency. And so definitely want to have you share a little bit of that. You said one thing earlier that was important, and it was that, hey, it's a numbers game. So can you talk about that a little bit? Because sometimes some agents, we have agents that range anywhere from somebody that's working with us part-time, helping 2 families a month. So that's 24 families a year. And then we have agents like you that's like, hey, this is what I do full-time consistently. I'm helping over 400 or 500 families a year. So really, what does that mean when you say, hey, it's just a numbers game to have that difference?
Great question, Jermaine. When I say it's a numbers game, one of the things that a lot of agents must do, they've got to, first of all, put everything into their business. They need to work at least have 25 to 30 appointments a week plus, if all possible. If they're doing virtual sales, really they need to do more than that.
Yeah.
Possibly 40 appointments, because you're going to have a lot of basically no-shows on the phone. When it comes to that, you're going to have the same thing, and about 20 to 25% out of a 30 appointment face-to-face, you're probably going to sit with throughout that week, and then you're going to sell a portion of those. And so if you don't have the appointments, you're not going to make the sales.
Yeah.
And so it's very important that you do that. And every avenue of the business that we are in, it's all about numbers. And you've got to be consistent with those numbers to hit Hall of Fame. You just can't just go and do 30 appointments, get $20,000 in the bank, and then all of a sudden you no-showed and you've gone to Florida or somewhere like that, and then all of a sudden you got chargebacks. But it's also in the dollar amount that you are spending. Depending on where you're at as a new agent to one that is consistently as a veteran, you need to be spending $500, $1,000, or $2,000 a week. My goal was, if I'm going to hit Hall of Fame, I need to be hitting $2,000 plus a week to hit Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. And you're talking about lead investment.
Yes, lead investments. And without leads, we're nothing.
Yeah.
That's the case. And so we've got to have, that's our inventory. And of course, years ago, we had to have a furniture store, and we have to have inventory to be able to sell. It's difficult to sell with no inventory.
Yeah.
And the leads is our inventory to be able to go out and help the families. Plus, on top of that, the way I look at this, they're asking for help.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things. So you've got to be running 25 to 30 appointments a week, minimum, face-to-face, to do this. And if you want to hit Hall of Fame, you need to be spending roughly $2,000 a week in leads to be able to hit Hall of Fame.
Yeah, to be able to get those number of appointments, you got to have the leads to be able to get those appointments.
That's true.
Makes sense. And what would you say for a new agent to build themselves up? Because a lot of times, Obviously, when somebody is new to this business, the reason why they're getting in this business because they want to do better financially. So they're not at their financial best at the moment. So, what's a good scale if you can recommend one, or what you'd recommend to an agent that's working with you, as far as okay, where do I start? Let's say they could start at 500. How do they scale up to being able to do 2,000 a
Great.
weekly?
Yeah, excellent question. So when I'm sitting down with a new agent, I'm going to speak to them on the fact that if you've got $500 to start out with, let's get $500 worth of leads. One thing I want to make sure that if we can jump them into work spots, that way we can try to get some discounts
Yeah.
to help them get more if possible. Which is an ideal thing. I love work spots. It saves me hundreds of dollars every week. But then I say, let's invest in those leads. Let me retract, because a lot of times when I'm asking, what do you want out of this business? I want to find out what are they really to do. But if they say, well, I've only got $500 to spend, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to try to do this. I'm like, all right, great. So let's get you $500 a week. We're going to try to have that ready on a Sunday so we can be prepared for Monday.
Yeah.
And we're going to be sitting down at our desk by 7:30 in the morning to quarter till, have already got our leads planned out, prepared, printed, got them in stacks of at least 30 each is what I work with them on. And then we're going to go through that process. Then once we get those appointments, 500 leads or $500 to working on, you probably may not be able to get 15 appointments, and you may for 2 days. You may. That's a possibility, but I haven't seen it many off of $500. But let's say, for the sake, you're able to get 5 appointments for both days. Let's say 10 appointments total. Then you're going to go out. We're going to say roughly that out of 10 appointments, we're going to say you're going to sit with half of them. So you sit with half, but then you're going to sell between 2 out of 3 of those, which is, I'm being conservative, but then you're going to take that money you're going to get back off of that. We're going to reinvest that money immediately for the Thursday dial day. So some of that you've sold on Tuesday, we should start seeing some of that income come in for Wednesday and immediately start reinvesting. It may be 500. It may be maybe 600. Maybe you've got a little bit more money. We're going to take that money, reinvest it again. Then that $600, hopefully you're going to get $1,000 to $2,000 out of that, depending. But out of that first 500, they may have made 2,000, maybe.
Yeah.
Then they're going to be receiving maybe another $600 to $1,000 that they can reinvest. And as these funds come in, it's going to keep growing.
Yeah.
And we're going to duplicate it. We're going to reinvest. Now we've got to probably take out some, they've got some expenses that they've got to take care of, their family, their bills around the house.
Yeah.
So we need to keep at least 20%, 30% back for that. But we're going to take the rest of that money and reinvest it.
For the back end.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's a great tip. And I love the breakdown of that. I'm thinking as you're saying that, like, I want to start having this on a recruiting call.
Yes.
So that way you could kind of paint the future and then paint the picture for them. And John Whitmore likes to talk about setting expectations and how important that is. That's a great breakdown of that. And then they're able to kind of continue to increase each week, and each dial day basically invest a little bit more until you work your way up to the $2,000 range, and be a Hall of Fame producer based on that activity. And talk a little bit about the magic of that, because one, a lot of folks are hesitant about investing and investing more, than where they start. But it's almost for the person that's willing to work. So let's put that disclaimer on there. It's almost I don't want to say a guarantee, but it's almost inevitable that you make that investment in leads, 1,500, 2,000, that you're going to be able to hit those numbers of 20, 30 families sometimes a week,
Mhm.
and definitely a month, and even more, 40, 50 families a month. And it's like a magical thing. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, it's, everything with Family First Life, it's not the special sauce. I mean,
Mhm.
we don't do anything magical or a special drink we drink by any means. But you've got to consistently be working to put these numbers into play, to put in the $2,000 to reinvest in your, or $1,000 to invest in it. And then you've got to constantly be working. All right, I've already got planned. I already know what I'm doing Monday. I'm going to be dialing for Tuesday, Wednesday. I already know what I'm going to be doing Thursday. I'm going to be dialing for Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And that expectations right there is, I already know what I'm going to do. My family knows what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be interrupted because during dial time, you've got to focus on your dial time, or you can't be running. Well, honey, will you go and go to the grocery store for me?
Yeah.
You're not going to meet those expectations by any means. You've got to stay focused, get in the zone of working. And as long as you're disciplined to do that, you're going to do very well with Family First Life.
Yeah, that's so crucial. That discipline factor. And I heard on a training and podcast the other day where um, the guy was basically saying that people don't fail in this business; they just quit.
Mhm.
Because if you choose not to quit, and quit doesn't mean just leaving the business and going to do whatever else. Quit means not being disciplined on a daily, weekly basis, not being consistent, not being persistent, not persevering through the difficulties and the ups and downs to be able to see the results that you're looking for. So, I mean, it's not just a one time quit. It's, hey, you're quitting daily on
Mhm.
yourself, and those are the people that don't succeed here. But that's just like anything else in life. If you're quitting on your relationships, on whatever else, on a daily basis, not doing the things you need to do, then you're not gonna have success in that thing.
I've seen, Jeremy, a lot of agents, they're only one policy away from changing their life around.
Hmm.
One policy away. So, uh, I, it's, they're ready to throw in the towel, but they're one appointment away, one policy away from turning everything around, that they're like, I can do this.
Yeah,
And then they quit. You cannot quit in this business because you're only one policy away from really making a difference.
yeah, no, 100%. That's powerful. So let's jump into some quick in phone scripts
Okay.
and kind of phone tips. So, what are some of the things when you're coaching a new agent and they're getting on the phone for that first dial day? They've made the investment, $500 investment in leads. They've got, let's say, they've got some internet life leads, and they're ready to go at it. And you're kind of getting them prepared for what's about to happen. What are you saying to them? What are you guiding them to do?
Well, I know when I first got started dialing, I was nervous. I was scared. I didn't understand. I mean, but because I have been on the phones, done phone calls, telesales before, and I'm like, it can't be that difficult, but it is. It's more probably the phones are the most difficult thing in this business.
Yeah.
It is. Um, when I sit down with a new agent and I talk with them, I want them to take a deep breath first and just try to relax. And we want to talk. We are not telemarketers. We just want to have a conversation with the client. That's all we're doing.
Yeah.
Depending on the type of lead that we have, from a mortgage protection to an internet life to a 1 month old internet life to even a 3 month old mortgage protection,
Yeah.
I do a few things a little different. Usually, on a new agent, I will put them with some older leads because I want to get them used to dialing, and I'll let them know up front, you're not going to get a lot of appointments immediately
Yeah.
because I want you. So I'm creating that expectation for them
Good.
it up front. You're not going to get a lot of appointments, but I want to get you used to dialing at first. I was not told that in the very beginning, and
Yeah.
I wish someone would have told me, You're going to do a lot of dialing, so
Yeah.
don't get discouraged. But then if it is 1 month old, final expense, internet leads, I will just keep it simple, not complicated. And I'm calling, ring, ring. Hey, John, this is Darrel. I'm with the benefits office here in Washington County, and I see that no one has been out to speak with you about the state regulated final expense. Is that correct? And then I will pause, and they're probably going to say, no, no one has been out. And then I use the apologetic method of saying, I am so sorry, John, that no one has been out to meet with you to get this information out to you. Let me verify this is you. Your name is John Doe. You live at 123 Main Street, right there in Atlanta, Georgia. Yes. You're 59 years old. Yes. Perfect. All right. So that means I've got the right person, John. So again, I apologize for this, but here's the great thing, John. They've got me dispatched out in your area tomorrow. I can get this information to you. Would morning or afternoon work for you? Morning. Perfect. All right. I can be there at 10 a.m. Is that okay? Great. I'm a bald-headed, chunky fellow with glasses. You're not going to miss me. I'm a wide load. I'm driving a white Nissan Murano. And so when you see me pull up, is it all right if I park in the driveway or on the street? And more than likely, it's probably going to be in the driveway. Perfect. Now, what time am I going to be out there, John? 10 a.m. Perfect. John, listen, I do appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow.
Nice
Bye-bye.
and easy. Perfect, man. That's good. You keep it simple.
I try not to complicate it. I've realized in the very beginning when I first started, I was trying to sell them on the phone before I even got in the home, and I was messing up.
Yeah.
Just have a conversation with them, and don't even, it's like we said earlier, if it get to the point that you act like you don't care, then you'll actually get more appointments.
Yeah. And are there any additional tie downs that you use? I know you tell them, hey, I'm driving a white car, and what else are some things that you might use from time to time? Because I know I have a couple that I kind of switch out depending on the flow of the conversation.
Sure. Yeah. One of the things I'll say, can I get there by using GPS? And they'll say, yeah. Is there any type of road marks, signage, or anything like that? Because a lot of times I will be out in the country, and sometimes GPS could be a mile off. You probably have experienced that also. Yeah. So they'll say, yeah, I've got a red mailbox, or I've got a football team flag in the yard. I'm like, perfect. Or I've got a red truck in the driveway. Perfect. Great. And so I try to tie some of those things down of really landmarks, key. Now, I've had some ladies tell me they were way out in the country, you're going to see a big old red cedar tree out in the yard, and just turn beside of it, and there's a long driveway down there. And so I've had some of those. But there won't be no name on the road sign at all. There's nothing. That drunk driver from down the street hit it. And so I've had that. So you're trying to guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we try to do more tie downs to try to pinpoint it.
Pinpoint it makes sense. No, that's important to make sure that you've got a quality appointment. And let's limit the no shows, which they're going to happen. But if you can limit them, that's good. And then when it comes to, you've booked the appointment, now you got to show up. You got to show up and protect that family. So for a new agent, what are some of the things that you're coaching them on to make sure? And how are you telling them to prepare for that appointment? Are you telling them watch some specific videos, or what are you doing there?
Well, I am constantly telling them, say, listen, get on YouTube, look for in-home presentation. We will even go through a mock training of in-home presentation. I will try to train them on telling them, say, listen, you need to relax. Don't try to be pushy. You're just going out there, making a presentation to them, show them the numbers, let them make the decision. And I say try to find something that is relatable to them. Maybe you've got a military family, they've got a military family, you coming up with a common bond. Maybe there's a sports team, some sort of enthusiast of something, car
Yeah.
enthusiast or something, and I'll try to just get into a conversation with them about that, relax, then immediately say, hey, as soon as you walk in, you're talking just for, don't take a long time with this. Yeah, I mean, we're talking probably a minute
Yeah.
in that conversation, because it's very important that I tell my new agent, keep everything in a structured time frame.
Absolutely.
Structure is very important through this. And so always go in and say, you've got a beautiful home. Let's go over here and sit at the table.
Yeah.
And you get them at the table. You have control of the situation. Even though your knees are knocking and you're scared to death, but you're still in control. And then just go in. I mean, if it's a final expense, say, so we need to get you some life insurance today, right? And say, they're probably going to say yes,
Yeah.
no, something along that line. And you're just going to try to relax, go through the client worksheet, make sure you get your name, income, their age, even if they rent or mortgage, get all that health information. And and if they've got any other life insurance in place, anything that looks like or acts like life insurance is very important. Then I always tell them, once you get all of the medical information, all the prescriptions, this is very important. I want you to call me.
Yeah.
Call me, call me, call me. I don't know how I can stress this enough. Well, which product do I do or what? No, 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 no. Let's don't even worry about product. We're not even going to worry about product knowledge. So then you're going to call me. You're going to tell me what you've just written down on your sheet of paper. This is John Doe. He's 59. He's got $1,800. Maybe it could be a disability that he's getting. He does have a mortgage. He's paying $450 a month on his mortgage. Then we get into the medical. He might have COPD. He may have maybe metformin. Maybe he's a type 2 diabetic, whatever the situation may be. Then I will help you, John, or the agent, to which carrier to go through. And then I'm going to say, we're going to go through the highest plan, medium plan, and then the lowest plan. And then we're going to present it in that way. And you're going to turn around, look at Mr. John Doe and say, which plan will fit within your budget? And that's what I tell my agent. I said, don't complicate this. This is simple.
Yeah.
And I like the last conference we went to. A lady spoke up and said, you know what the KISS method is, and of course they spoke up and said, yeah, just keep it simple, sweetie.
Yeah.
And so that's what I try to help them to do.
Yeah.
And try there again. We're creating that expectations of them, and I always tell them, do not leave that home until you call me.
Yeah.
Call me, call me, call me. If you got an objection, call me. I'm going to help you through this, through the whole place. I think as new agents, some of our new agents, we may have to hold their hand a little bit in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Walk them through until we see that they can handle this in the very beginning and they become more comfortable. And then once we follow them through that process, then you're going to see we've let go of the hand. They're able to fly on their own. We still want them to communicate with us.
Yeah.
We need that communication. That's very important to this job. But then you're going to see him like, okay, he can start being a little bit more successful. And I think it's in stages.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the key things about working here is there's so much help here for an agent, and it's free. Like, to me, that's still crazy 5 years into this career that there's not some training fee that we have to pay, because the level of support that has been provided to me and the level of support that we provide to our agents. I mean, folks that are selling courses online to do things that you can't make the type of money that you make doing
Mhm.
what we do, but they're selling courses for, $2,000, $3,000 plus, and people are buying them.
That's
That's
right.
that's a crazy part about it.
Yeah.
But you come here, you pay a couple $100 to get your license through the state. Those are all state fees. And then you're able to get trained free by somebody that's doing it and doing it at a high level like Darrell. I mean, that's pretty amazing. What do you think?
I don't know of any company we can go to and open up and start our own business with very little overhead, something as little as $500 to get started.
Yep.
And besides your state license, your insurance, and so forth, and get the free training that we can get,
Yeah.
and immediately turn that $500 in $2,000 to $3,000 within just a few weeks or maybe a few days,
Yeah.
just doing that. And so there's no other place. The what Sean Mike has put before us in this process and this game plan, as you will, this is probably the best business that I've ever seen before. I've never seen nothing like it because, like you said, I've had to pay money. I've thrown money away in trying to purchase all these fancy books or tapes or you may not be old enough, but the old cassette tapes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. My mom had an Oldsmobile when I was growing up,
Uh-huh.
and it had a cassette deck in there. So yeah, we used to listen to some gospel tapes back in the day,
Yes.
some Shirley Caesar, some
Oh,
all of
yes.
that good stuff.
But you could buy these books. It's like, well, you'll follow these steps. It's going to help you really make you some money. But we are a company that we can be more hands-on,
Hmm.
hands-on in the training, hands-on in the even the hiring. When we are trying to hire agents, that it's like you and I, we can help each other, throw ideas out to help one another to grow. And we want our agents to be very successful in doing so. So I don't know of any business out there that I have seen that has little money, no contracts at all,
Yeah.
and still be successful. I mean, it's really phenomenal to see the success of people that is out there that has already gone through a lot of the hard knocks. I mean, John Wetmore, Mike Killamette. I mean, Brent Abernathy, Ryan Metalto. I mean, the list goes on and on. These guys have really paved the way for us,
Yeah.
that we are able to see what they have done. Now, are we going to make mistakes? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And we've got to learn from our mistakes. And once we learn from our mistakes, we can start getting them back on the right path and be very successful. And we just take that same knowledge and duplicate it.
Yeah.
I mean, literally wash and rinse, and we just keep going and help agent after agent after agent. And it's the only place I know of that we can steal someone's idea and they don't care.
Yeah. That is true. I remember when I first learned that, and it was at a training conference, and it was Matt Smith, and he was talking about case, copy and steal everything. And I was
Yes.
like, yeah, that works great in this environment. Don't take that anywhere else.
That's right.
So, but that's what we offer here. It's where, you have the opportunity to collaborate and learn and grow and build your career as large as you want to, whether personal production wise, be a Hall of Fame player, or, agency wide, be a Hall of Fame agency. So the sky's the limit. So any last words, so to speak, Darrell, that you want to leave with, whether it's a new agent, current agent, about what they can accomplish here?
um, I say for a new agent, trust the process. Listen to your upline, your manager. Those of you that's on Jermaine's team, listen to him. I mean, he's becoming very seasoned. You know what's going on, and those new agents need to listen to you. Same thing with me. I'm not bragging, but we've been in this for 4 years. I've still got a lot to learn. I don't know everything. I'm trying to learn more from other agents that is being very successful, and I'm trying to follow in those footsteps of what they are doing. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna throw this out there. If you are an agent that's captive, that is tied down, that you're not making the comp of what we can do from up to 145%, give us a call.
Yeah.
Give Jermaine, give me a call. Jermaine, do you mind if I
Yeah,
give my
go ahead.
number?
Absolutely.
It's 423-595-7130. If you're in the Tennessee area or anywhere else and you want to be part of an agency that really loves you and cares for you and wants really to for you to be successful, give us a call. And I know Jermaine would love for you to give him a call. There's many others. The beauty of this thing is not about big I or little you. We're all in this together,
Yep.
and we want everybody to succeed. And
Yeah.
so, if you want to make some good money and really build your own business, give us a call.
Yeah, 100%. And Darrel's opening an office in Nashville.
No,
In
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. I keep saying
Chattanooga.
Nashville. Yeah, thank you. In Chattanooga. So especially if you're in the Chattanooga area or you're within driving distance of the Chattanooga area,
Yes.
definitely reach out to him. And we'll put his phone number as well in the description of the show notes here. So definitely, brother, appreciate you being on.
Happy to
I'm
do it.
excited for you, excited to build this thing with you. And
Yes.
thanks for coming and sharing today.
Thank you, Jermaine. It's been a great honor that you've invited us down here, and I just love it. Love you guys and your team, a phenomenal team, and I'm happy for your success and can't wait to see you hit your integrity deal.
Yeah, let's get it.
That's
Let's get
it.
Absolutely. So, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share. If you are not working with us, you should be working with us. So, reach out to myself or Darrel, and let's get you working, helping some families, and taking care of your family too. Till next time.